This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Hi guys, well it's finally here and I'm so excited. What's in the package? Let's find out. In my last video, I discussed my likes and dislikes regarding my 2019 MacBook Pro. In this video, I have taken the brave decision to sell it and I've purchased my first M1 MacBook Pro. I sold my aforementioned MacBook Pro on eBay for £1,110. And so this was enough to get me my 2020 M1 MacBook Pro. It has the base RAM of 8GB, but with a whopping 512 gigs of storage. You'll be surprised at how much I paid for this. It is £520 cheaper than the cost of a base model M1 MacBook Pro, albeit second hand. The reason I decided to go for the 512 gig model is because even with 256 gigs, the Mac will almost go half full at times, which is mostly due to cache and system junk. According to the seller, it's in near mint condition with only 3 charging cycles. There is, however, a slight scratch on the display, which is hardly noticeable. I have since contacted the seller and they've reassured me that the scratch does not affect the display. I was so impressed with my M1 Mac Mini that I had to get my hands on an M1 MacBook Pro. I realise they are first generation, but selling my 16-inch MacBook Pro was a step in the right direction. Given the outstanding performance of M1 and the intensive apps I use regularly, I think it's a no-brainer. Thankfully, the seller included the original box, charging accessories and literature. It has all the bells and whistles of my previous MacBook Pro, but in a smaller form factor, which is good because it's lighter and therefore more portable, yet much faster than Intel. It has the same Magic Keyboard, which is miles better than the old Butterfly keyboard. And in my opinion, probably the best feature, the touch bar. Several years ago I had my reservations regarding the touch bar. I can't speak for everyone, but I love the touch bar, and if we're meant to believe the news, Apple is going to ditch the touch bar, which in my opinion is a shame. The one thing I am going to miss most are the 2 extra USB-C ports. When I purchased my 13-inch MacBook Pro in 2018, I found the 2 USB-C ports to be very limiting. One thing I'm not going to miss is the heat that is generated from Intel Macs. During the last 9 years of using MacBooks, I have nearly always burned my lap. I have had my M1 Mac Mini for 2 months now, and not once have I experienced thermal issues, nor any audible fan noise. Another positive of buying this MacBook is timing. It came out at the end of last year, giving developers enough time to optimise their apps for M1. This means app launching is a lot faster and app crashes are rare. In the 2 months I've used my Mac Mini, I've only experienced a couple of crashes compared to the many I've experienced during the Intel era. So, what do you think? Have I made the right decision by switching to an M1 MacBook Pro? Should I have kept my Intel MacBook Pro? Let me know your thoughts down below and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video.